This game is really inspired by The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, obviously. The name Sad Hill Cemetery is the place where the final standoff happens in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm Kyle Seeley. I'm an indie game developer. I made a game last year called Emily's Away. I was a solo developer on that, so I did all the programming, the story, all the art and stuff. And now what I'm making is Sad Hill Cemetery, which is a quick draw game for the PS Move controllers. I kind of wanted to do something different and try something different. One thing that I've never played around with is the PS Move controllers. Pretty much the best game with that is JS Joust. I don't know if you've ever played that. That game's really fun, and so I kind of wanted to try to capture that same party feel that they were able to capture. I mean, if you ever watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, you watch that famous standoff scene. It goes on for like 7 minutes. And then the music crescendos and it falls off and it crescendos again. And I think that a lot of quick draw games that exist now don't really capture that tension, that rising anxiety. So I really wanted to try something and kind of change around the design to try to crescendo that tension, just like the movies do. The game that really inspired me to make Sad Hill Cemetery is actually a mini game that's on the Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland Game Boy Advance game. Kirby initially launched with this mini game that was called Samurai Kirby. It's basically just a reaction time game. So what happens is like all the music fades away, and then all of a sudden there's a sudden noise, and then you have to press a button. But I really loved that game as a kid, and so I kind of wanted to capture that reaction time quick draw game. A lot of quick draw games that exist now, they rely on that time to shoot. So what happens is there's a long expanse of silence, and then there's a single loud noise, and now you can shoot. The way Sad Hill Cemetery works is there's a repeated noise, and when it stops, that's when you can shoot. So it's kind of a change up to the design. Instead of being reactionary to a loud noise, they now need to be active and kind of listen for the noise and figure out that interval and have that interval in their heads and keep a rhythm. And I find that it increases the chances of a scenario where you flinch or you move or you think you should have shot but you didn't. And that kind of muddy scenario is more interesting to me than traditional quick draw games.